Please, fellas, we need you.
Belly tallies of baseball games. Knew the players, knew all their names. You could see her there every day, shout hooray when they played. Her boyfriend by the name of Joe said, to Coney Isle, dear, we'll go. Then Nellie started to fret and pout, and to him I heard her shout, hey, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back.
All right. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. This is episode 490, I believe. We're almost to episode 500. So let me know in the comments, what would you guys like to see as a special episode for episode 500? Every 100 episodes, we consider 100 episodes a season. Because when you log into Spotify and you put your episode up on Spotify, you have to pick a season number and the episode number. And I was like, well, how should we do seasons? And Sammy was like, well, maybe do it every year. Or I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it every 100 episodes. So the first 100 episodes, season 1. Season 2, second 200 episodes. So normally, go check out our 100th episode. Every 100 episodes, we usually do a special episode. And it's usually like hour and a half, 2 hours long, just me and Sammy going as long as we can until she taps out, because she always taps out. I could talk all day. I could be Alex Jones or William Cooper, I'm a crazy person, and I used to do speed. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys want, if you guys want something special for episode 500. So, the reason I played that song as the intro music today, because I told you guys I was going to be doing... Oh, I gotta plug this shit in. Hang on. Intro music whenever I'm recording from the house. Okay, cool. We're cool. My Jimmy Rig studio. This is why I want a studio so bad. And yes, I'm drinking beer. It's my day off. So, we're going to be talking inside baseball today, a little bit, but it does affect you as a listener, and it also ties in with some stuff like mass surveillance state, digital IDs, mark of the beast, if you're a Christian, YouTube, man, we're going to be talking about YouTube. So, as far as a life update, I put out an episode yesterday and an episode earlier this morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. I just been weed eating, so I'm super hot. I'm wearing my short shorts. You've probably seen. It's hot as fuck, dude. It's like 1,000,000,000 degrees. I weed eated the front yard, and I'm like pouring sweat. And I'm like, yeah, I'm cooling off for a minute. And it's a tiny yard. I have to do the backyard. I might do it tomorrow. I might do it today. It just depends on how I feel. Just been playing Zelda. I got several Zelda... Well, I got 2 Zelda reviews coming up. And so look forward to that. If you like my Blue Pill podcast stuff, go check it out. I have a Zelda playlist also. I have a Blue Pill podcast playlist. Today's a Conspiracy Corner episode. So, I've been wanting to report on this because all these YouTubers are talking about this. Look, I'm a podcaster. I can't stand YouTube. I am one of the few people, along with like The Quartering, Sam Tripoli. I'm an outlaw. I will not censor myself. I grew up on Howard Stern and fucking, Loveline, Dr. Drew Loveline. I'm an outlaw, dude. This is a podcast. And it's interesting, too, because I'm a millennial. Gen Z, I specifically feel like the other day, I got a comment of like, it was literally on a video game review, a Blue Pill podcast episode, and the person said, what is this? I said, it's a game review. And I almost said it's a podcast because I knew it was a younger generation. There's no images or video. And I said, so don't watch. But I wanted to explain to them because it's like, you know that like I'm a 90s kid and like there's this whole industry called podcasting. And there's a whole nother industry, which I lump in with podcasting, called talk radio, of essentially like, you don't watch it. You just sit down and listen. You know, you put it on as background. Oh, I got to cook for the next 30 minutes. Abe's episodes are 30 minutes long. I'll pop on one of his episodes and listen while I cook. Or I have an hour drive to my girlfriend's house. I'm going to listen to a podcast. It's not a visual thing. You can make it visual, which I do plan on doing. One day I would love for this channel to blow up and actually hire someone to, one, be like a co-host, maybe an editor. I would love to have someone animate video or add video clips to podcast when I'm talking about black-eyed children. Maybe they'll slip in like a 30-second clip of a black-eyed child knocking on a door. You know, I would love to do that. I don't know how to do that. This is just a podcast, homie. So YouTube in general, I know it's a video platform, but I use YouTube, obviously. You guys are probably watching or listening from YouTube. Is doing something, and it's always slipped in with like, we're protecting the youth. Or, remember the Patriot Act, which was one of the most unpatriotic things? We're doing it to keep you guys safe from terrorism. COVID-19. You know, all these restrictions. We're doing it, though, because we care about you. We don't want you to get sick. They gaslight us. They gaslight us. So YouTube will identify and restrict minors' accounts with AI. AI, you guys already know how I fucking feel about this shit. Hang on. Sorry, it was 3:33. I wanted to make a wish. By the way, that was Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Frank Sinatra. I try to give proper shout-outs. I love Frank Sinatra. Inside baseball talk today. But it does mention you guys. So, AI is restricting minors. Well, AI. I fucking despise it. You guys already know. I talk about it. I warn about it. That's one of my favorite subjects to talk about. I grew up watching The Terminator, homie. I know how this ends. YouTube will identify and restrict minors' accounts with AI. Next month, YouTube will use an account's age and activity to determine if it belongs to someone under 18. YouTube will soon begin using AI-powered age-estimated technology to figure out which users are under the age of 18. It sounds nice. By the way, they did this with pornography. I almost did a whole episode on it because I am a consumer of pornography. I used to have a very bad addiction to it, so I have to keep an eye on it. I have an addictive personality, but it ties in with... They pretty much made it to where porn is inaccessible now. Like, very... Not hard. It's not hard to get or watch, but it's harder. They're wanting you to, like, scan your face or scan your ID. Like, the most shadiest people in the world, pornography companies, want me to scan my ID and my face to view naked people. Getting weird. It's... YouTube will soon begin using AI-powered age estimation technology to figure out which users are under the age of 18. So, I'm wondering if they're going to be scanning everyone's face, like even mine. Luckily, I was a party animal, punk my whole life, so my face is pretty aged. I got bags, facial hair right now I need to shave. I look like shit, you know, missing teeth. starting August 13th, that's kind of occultic, 13, YouTube will detect underage users in the US based on their activity and their age of their account, allowing the platform to automatically apply restrictions. So I wonder if they're going to make every profile, every user, scan their face or ID, which automatically links me up to my channel. Now, a blue-pilled person would say, well, what's wrong with that? I'm a conspiracy channel. Like, I talk about some crazy fucking shit. And it's like, well, they already know who you are and where you are. Well, I'm not going to give them more info. That's the one thing I always hated, you know. Well, they can already track you. I already know. But I'm not going to make it easier for them, you know. These accounts will get the same protections YouTube already offers to users who identify themselves as under 18, including a block on age-restricted videos, non-personalized ads, take a break notifications, and a limit on repeated video recommendations about sensitive subjects, topics such as body image. What does that entail? What are we talking about? What is body image? Like, that one's weird to me. Is that some woke shit? I could see if it said about sensitive topics such as body image. What is body image? The platform will also automatically turn on reminders about privacy when users upload a video or leave a comment. Google's first announced plans to use machine learning to power age estimation earlier this year. By the way, it's face scanning, retina scanning. And people are like, Abe, you're overreacting. I'm so tired of hearing blue-pilled people. You're overreacting. Go watch Minority Report. I'm a huge fan of sci-fi. One of my favorite authors is Philip K. Dick. The dude's a fucking genius. He was talking about this shit and writing about this shit in the 70s. The dude predicted the Matrix and simulation theory. He wrote Total Recall, Blade Runner, which is Do Androids Dream of Electric Sleep? Or do Sheep, sorry. Sleep, Sheep. Scanner Darkly, my favorite of his. Minority Reports. Go watch Minority Report. You ain't even got to read the book. You can be a lazy fat American. Just go watch Minority Report and see how this ends. There's one scene I'll never forget where it's two people fucking, and in the middle of fucking, these little spider robots who are from the government, and it ties in with pre-crime and shit, literally crawl up on them and scan their eyeballs, and they're in the middle of fucking and they just stop for a second and go and then go back to getting weird. And it's like, dude, I could see that being normalized of like, and people will just be cool with it. After what happened during the pandemic, it's like, oh yeah, people will just be cool with this shit of like, oh, I'm rimming out my husband's asshole, and oh, we got to stop for a second so we can scan our eyeballs. Okay, bye, Mr. Uncle Sam government. You know, thanks for the boot on my neck. All right, I'll go back to eating your butthole, honey. Like, am I crazy that we're just, like, cool with this shit? That there's so many people just cool with this shit, like scanning their child's face? I don't know. I guess it's because I grew up in a conspiracy family, dude. So they're using power age estimation earlier this year, which aligns with a global keyword crackdown on child safety online. Last week, the UK's online age verification rules went into effect, requiring users to verify their ages on sites with porn or content deemed quote-unquote harmful. Several states have passed laws blocking minors from accessing porn sites, while efforts to age-gate social media on platforms have largely fallen flat. This one pissed me off, dude, because it's like, I don't watch porn like all the fucking time. I watch porn probably, I'd say like once every 2 weeks I watch porn. And by the way, this podcast is 18 and up. I've always said it's 18 and up. I had a fan who years ago was like, yeah, I listen to you and watch you with my son. And I'm like, how old's your son? And she's like 14. And I'm like, and she's like, she was like, I remember growing up, there were those parents who were like the cool parents who would let their kids watch like rated R movies or listen to like CKY or you know, punk rock. I mean, they'd let their kids smoke cigarettes. Like, you know, there were like the cool parents. I don't get into it. I don't care. If you're there with your child listening to me, and you know, I just talked about eating asshole. Like, that's that's up to you, man. However you raise your kid, that's on you. That has nothing to do with me, man. And I said it the other day, and I'll say it again. I've said it a billion times with how I was raised, dude. Like, I was a preacher's kid. I was raised too strict. So as soon as I got a car at 16 and was able to leave and drive, I started smoking cigarettes. I started doing Adderall, speed, which is legalized meth. Smoking weed, drinking alcohol, chugging cough syrup, fingering girls' buttholes. Like, I just went fucking crazy. Started eating ass, you know, at like 16 years old, just fucking eating butt. Like, I went crazy because I was like sheltered to where everything was evil. Harry Potter, evil. Punk rock, evil. Your hair's spiked today, evil. Your hair's too long, evil. You're wearing too much black, evil. Everything was bad. So I went nuts. So you can shelter your kid, but when they go nuts, I'm just going to laugh at you and go, I told you so. You can be too loose with your child. And if they go nuts, what do you do? What do you do? You have to find some sort of middle ground, dude. I don't know. Shout out to y'all parents, dude. Like, you guys figure it out, dude. It is concerning to me, though. So, what pisses me off, though, is like, dude, I just want to fucking look at some porn. And it's like, I can't. Everything is wanting my fucking. Scan your face. I'm not giving you my face. You're a porn company. Scan your ID. I'm definitely not giving you my ID. You are a porn company. But it's just crazy that it started with that, which is what they say, take an inch, or give an inch, and they will take a mile. Remember 2 weeks to flatten the curve turned into what, 2 years, 3 years? Give an inch, they'll take a mile. But it's to protect the children, Abe. By the way, whatever happened to like 90s parenting of like, whenever I was on the computer, and by the way, I was finding porn, my mom and dad would check in super quietly. Sure, you can use the computer. And then they'd creep in the room and pop up. What you looking at? What you looking at? Or you're talking to your girlfriend on the phone. Pop in every now and then. Or your girlfriend would come over. Leave the door open. Remember that? And remember that, 90s kids? Leave the door open. Or talking to your girlfriend on the phone, and you could just hear the parents pick up, and you'd hear click. Oh, you still on here, Abe? You know, and here you are talking about your girlfriend's A-cup titties because you're like 13 years old. Whatever happened to 90s parentings of like, oh, you don't want your kid exposed to pornography? Check in on them. Oh, you don't want your kids watching me on YouTube? Every now and then, maybe you should check in on what your kid's watching. What are you watching over there? Nothing wrong with that. It's your right to know as a parent. Why is it that parents are letting the government raise their children? They're letting them educate their children in public schools which is just preparing them for factory jobs in prison life and institutionalization. And who's to say even half of what they say is even fucking true? They're teaching them NASA science, mainstream history, which we know is like shady as fuck. Wasn't it Robert Maxwell had something to do with textbooks of American education? Ghislaine Maxwell's father. That's why you guys love this channel. I go on side tangents, but it just makes me sad how parents have literally been like, oh, I'll let the government raise my child. You know, the government's protecting my child. So that way I don't have to check in and talk to my kid or see what they're into, see what they're watching, see what they're, you know, what's going on with their phone. No, let's hand our little 3-year-olds tablets, you know. Because God knows YouTube Kids, we haven't talked about YouTube Kids, how non-shady that is over the years, you know. Let's trust YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for protecting my child. But forget about all the YouTube Kids scandals that's been going on for the past 2 or 3 years, like Elsa Gate and all that. Forget about all that. So, the global crackdown for child safety online. Last week, the UK's online age verification rules went into effect, requiring users to verify their age, so yeah, porn sites, while efforts to age gate social media platforms have largely fallen flat. Good! The European Union is also testing an age verification prototype that it will eventually link with digital IDs. The European Union, the EU, is also testing an age verification prototype that will eventually link with digital IDs. Mark of the Beast. 666, Illuminati confirmed. EU. Anytime you see the EU, you know it's shady. Do you guys really want this digital ID shit? This is why I wanted to talk about this. Yes, it's inside baseball. Take me out to the ball game, baby. But it's still conspiracy shit. It still relates with digital IDs. I don't want that. I don't want digital ID. I don't want social credit scores. Oh, Abe, you looked at 3 women, you know, licking a man's asshole. That brought your score down 5 points. And the thing is the longer you look at pornography, it brings your moral status down, you know. But I only watch it every 2 weeks. I know, but can we make it like once a month? And it won't just be porn. It won't just be movies. Hey, Abe, you watch nothing but horror movies this month. We're going to need you to talk to a counselor, you know. And if I don't talk to that counselor to get a checkup, you know, we'll take you away and force you to talk to that counselor. You watched way too much horror this month. But it's October. I always watch horror movies in October. Halloween. I know, but we're concerned about your safety, you know. YouTube will notify users if it determines they are under 18, but if the platform gets it wrong, users can verify their age by uploading a government ID, taking a selfie, so facial recognition, retina recognition, or entering a credit card. This is where it ties into, like, what is it, DCBD or whatever. Social credit scores will be tied in. Your financial account will be tied in with your government ID. Everything's going to be digital, a digital dollar. There's a theory that they're waiting for the American dollar to, like, us to go into a Great Depression, and, like, the government will be like, well, we'll just come up with a digital dollar, you know. Like, yeah, and it'll just be linked to, like, your identification, and, you know. I don't like where this is heading, dude. I had someone come in the other day, and it cracked me up. And I know they were being facetious, but he said, by the way, do you really want YouTube to have your credit card information? Like, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's just, I don't like it. Just to watch a video, Like, I understand if you're paying for premium, like giving them your credit card information because you're going into a financial contract, and they need money. But like, just to watch a video, here's my credit card info. How does that help you identify who I am? To think that I can't just get someone's credit card and just go, here's their credit card info. I'm you know, Isaac Asimov. I'm 54 years old, you know. I can watch this video now. Like, I don't know, it's just interesting. It's all tying into social credit score, Mark of the Beast, Minority Report. The platform notes that some creators may experience a shift in their audience categorized as teens. First of all, I put whenever you upload a video, if you're not a content creator, like I said, there's some inside baseball here. If you're not a content creator, it asks you, is this made for kids? On YouTube, it says, is this made for kids? Which I didn't know when I first started years ago, like a decade ago. I would put out like just a silly fun video of like, I don't know, putting Mentos in Coca-Cola. And I would automatically, I'd be like, yeah, this is made for kids. Like, I didn't cuss during it. Like, we're just putting Mentos in Coca-Cola. Just dumb shit, you know, having fun. And I'd be like, where's all the comments? And I didn't realize that it was shelving it into literally the kids section. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't want them parents seeing my video and then clicking on my channel and seeing all my conspiracy podcast shit. Like, okay, I need to stop doing that. And then you can, like, it will put age restrictions on you. Like, I've had them do it with, like, thumbnails. Like, I did an episode called Put Your Big Girl Panties On. And I just used a picture of a chick in a thong, you know? And it wasn't even anything sexual. It was literally me talking about, like, hey, as human beings, as free-thinking people, we need to... hang on. We need to put our big girl panties on and take responsibility of our own minds and what we consume and our own belief systems. Put your big girl panties on. But I wanted like a hot clickbait picture, you know. I've always, look, I don't want kids watching my channel. I've always said, even I've done episodes where, like blue pill episodes where I'm just talking about sex. Or we get into the occult, like Aleister Crowley. Occultism, witchcraft, a lot of that is very sexual, you know. Dude, stop. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so I mean, like, when you get into occultism, a lot, there's, like, it's very sexual, dude. Like, Cakes of Light and the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Venus, you know. But I've never wanted like a child audience, but it's just, it starts with this, dude. They did the same thing with pornography, and now they're doing it with YouTube, of just entertainment. And it's always to like protect you. You know, they did it with the Patriot Act, and they always give it the funniest names, you know, like to make it sound so harmless. But it ties in with facial recognition, Mark of the Beast. YouTube will notify users if it determines they are under 18, but if the platform gets it wrong, users can verify it. Yeah, we talked about that. Shift in their audience. Oh, that's where I was saying potentially resulting in less ad revenue since minors aren't shown personalized ads. What up?
I need fish sticks.
One day I'm going to have a studio. One day. Universe, show me how good it gets. Where the fuck was I? Oh, it's gonna affect big mainstream YouTube channels' revenue. I will never get monetization. And I know, Abe, you have to believe, you have to will. Dude, all you need is 500 subs. I'm at 430 or 440 something. And I cannot get ahead. I literally get 2 or 3 subs and then drop 1 or 2. 2 or 3, down 2. It literally has been going up 2 or 3, down 2 or 3, up 2 or 3, down 2 or 3, up 2 or 3, down 2 or 3 for years now. I'll never get 500 subs, and I beg people, like, please share it. I give out flyers. I tell people about my channel. I'll never get monetization because YouTube. I think I got shadow banned because I talked about the Pacers. It happened to Sam Tripoli, and I talked about it after he talked about it because I was interested in it. I talked about the Pacers. You don't do that. The serpent line of Eve. You don't talk about that, family. I'm shadow banned. I already know it. Because I'll gain 3 or 4 subs and then lose 3 or 4. And then gain and then lose. And people, my brother has been subscribed to me for years. He's like, I never get notified. My wife, I never get notified. They were deleting her comments to me. They delete my comments to the point like I've started arguing with other content creators. Like, are you deleting my comments? Like, I don't know. We're moving towards a totalitarian state. But hey, man, it's all to protect the children, you know? Yeah, let's scan our faces and our IDs. And I wish that, man, they could put like some sort of like number on my right hand or forehead. That way I wouldn't have to carry around my wallet. You know, they could just scan my mark. Love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and I have a buy me a coffee if you want to donate $1. Please do. It helps.